This is a case study done as part of the course 15 CSE 337. This case study is on an application which is used to rent cars. So it's a car rental application named as Red. So basically, the user has to be registered with the application so as to list out his car in this application. So moving to the sign-in part. Uh, Actually, I have done few validations here. Uh, So the password's length must be of 8 characters or more. Otherwise, it will not allow the user to register. So as you can see, there will be an error message. And also another validation is that the passwords should match and the user should not be already registered with the organization. So giving a password of length 8, but the confirmed passwords do not match. It do not match. So in this part, Amazon RDS, AWS RDS is used. So the data is stored and retrieved in the cloud itself. Now I'm giving a valid password so that we can register this user. So we are directed to the login page. Here, if here also basic validations are done. So here, if you give the wrong password of 8 letters itself, but yeah, then error. Here also it is retrieving from the RDS. So I'm going to give a email that is not registered with the application. So the password again is of a valid length. So now I'm logging in the user itself. As you can see, the user is directed to his profile page where he can directly log out or then he can list his vehicle here. So car model, in car model, we can give the model of the car which we want to rent out. Example, I'm giving Civic here. Civic. Company giving Honda can be now. So in this location part, I'm using Google's autofill JavaScript AI. So according to the letter we type, we will get this autofill option. So I'm just giving this one. And I'm choosing a picture, sorry, a picture, and then uploading it. So basically what happens is that this picture is being uploaded to my AWS, S3 bucket, uh, which is in AWS. This is the bucket. So if I refresh it, we can see Civic here, the same one, the same car which we have been uploaded. So it gets stored in the database as well. Now I'm logging out. So basically, this app has been deployed using Google's App Engine. For like deploy, they I have okay, in this App Engine. This is my Google Cloud platform. So in storage, what it does is that when we deploy an application, we give the code of platforms to sit, that is in Google Cloud Storage in the bucket. We are our code, that's the same format as the same HTTP as our site. It will be there in this bucket. So all our codes are getting stored in the Google Cloud Storage itself while we are deploying it with the Google App Engine. So for deploying it with the Google App Engine, you will require Google SDK, which we can download from the site here. In this example, I have it right here, Google Cloud SDK. So like there are a few commands and proper steps to install it. After that, when we are done with the installations, we have to make sure that our JSON. For me, it's a project. Now I have written it as a project. Here, here is the JSON file. So since I have started as a project, we have to make sure that there should be a start script. Usually when we start, it will be like test. So I have to replace it, and then also log JSON and JSON files should be updated. Usually only the JSON files get updated and the dependencies won't be there in the log JSON file. So we can't deploy it with the Google cloud platform. So we have to make sure that every dependency is there also in uh, package log JSON. Then we have to like since it's in a production mode. Since there are two modes of production and deployment, in a RAM.js file, we have to specify our port uh, in environment mode also, because for in local host it will be running in 8000, and for when like deploying we cannot use this port, right? So then we have to include an app .yaml file, so that our program like in Google platform, there will be two type of environment: standard and flexible. For flexible environment, we have to pay. It's Then for runtime, then we have to specify which language our project will be. So any error in a slight difference won't allow your program to run. So then after configuring all the necessities, what we have to do is that we have to first type the command gcloud in it. Then we will get a lot of options like configuring settings. So we have to specify the correct settings, and then we have to do a uh, or login to confirm the user. After that, after we have configured the settings in the console, we can actually choose the region, and also there will be we have to using the commands, we have to choose the correct project in which we have like used the App Engine. For me, I have used it in my first project. uh, so a slight difference won't work. Suppose if I'm giving the wrong project, the SDK cannot point to that project. So make sure we use the correct project name, so that the SDK points to that project itself. Then we can give Google app deploy command. It will deploy our project if there are no errors. So after deploying, our codes will be in the node, and so I can like there will be this my website URL, or we can either paste it in the tab, or we can give the command gcloud app browse. So any changes made in the code has to be updated in the uh, files that have been stored in the Google Cloud. So we have to deploy it again. so that the code gets updated automatically. And now coming to this is for the S3 part. I've used Malta since it's an easy way because using a buffer make it a lot easier than simply doing with the file upload. And also here I'm retrieving, it is being the image URL which is in AWS is getting stored in the RDS, and it's been retrieved here. Uh, and coming to in my project, I've used handlebars as actually I'm planning to expand it afterwards. So I thought of using handlebars. And in configure, we have like Dev key and product for like deploying it in the local host and for deploying it in a cloud platform. Then uh, okay, that's the S3 part. Then coming to the API part, it's in actually mm, car list. Car list. Here, what? Okay, coming to the API part, where in going to a GCP console, first we have to give the IAM rule so that we we can access and use the API. So there will be different APIs. For my project, I needed the Maps JavaScript API, which is an autocomplete API. So what we have to do is that first we have to select the API. For me, it's already selected, and you have to enable it. And after enabling there's some process so you to enable it. After enabling, we have to create credentials so that we can generate an API key, which we have to use. So for me, there will be options to create like different credentials. From there, we have to choose the API key itself. So after generating and after process, when we have the API key, I have used JavaScript here. So this is a script. This is basically how we will load this API into our project. So in this key part, we have to there will be we have to paste this is my key which I have generated. So there will be only up to these places. There will be no callback fetch function, fetch location. This is a function I created. That we are using callback because we need a call, like the location has to be called back. So in the form, there is a ID called location. Yeah, yeah. So this fetch location is a function which I have described, which I have mentioned in the callback here. So basically, what it is that the location has to be which the user enters uh, will be stored in this variable is also named as location. So uh, now with this command Google Maps.api.autocomplete, it will extract like single words and then use to fill it with the value with the data stored in the API itself. And these are the handlebars. There's nav, about contact, and as I'm planning to expand the project a little bit, I have other tabs and pages so that I can use it in the app.js file. Uh, Actually, I don't have an index file. I'm calling all the other pages via routes here itself, get and post for every pages. And also, I'm planning to give it a Google and Facebook login also, and create a user collection and car collection to display and modify the website further. So I have views for all that and modules for all that. So, this is a car rental application. And a user can directly log in also. For example, if the user is already registered, we can log in directly. I will show that also. also you can list this car and list this car here. Thank you.